So today I am tapping into a collective of people who have been feeling like they know what they want to do. They've been feeling a certain pull in their soul towards their purpose and kind of what they're here to do, what they're meant to do, but they don't know how to get there. And when this came up this morning, there was like this immense hit of grief that I felt, like very heavy sadness and kind of like frustration, I think, in some ways, because you know what you want to do, you know where you want to go, but you don't know how to get there. And it feels like you're really struggling to like kind of wrap your head around what that looks like. And so what's coming through is needing to take things step by step. So I'm hearing that it could be this, I could be talking to someone who knows where they're going, or I could be talking to someone that has an idea of where they're going, but they don't really know exactly how to get there. So it feels like there's a couple of different collectives that I'm kind of referring to as I'm tapping into this energy. And it feels like this sense of like overwhelm when it comes to trying to figure out like how to move forward and what this looks like and what's next. And it feels like I'm getting very overwhelmed as I'm seeing like a list in front of me and I'm looking at it and I'm like, "Oh my gosh, how am I going to do all of these things?" And spirit is saying one step at a time, one piece at a time, one moment at a time. So being able to break things down into smaller steps is going to be very important, as well as starting really small. So, like, that's the other thing that's coming, like one foot in front of the other. Oh my gosh, is that from Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer? I think so, right? And he's like singing about taking one step at a time, right? Like it's one step at a time, one piece at a time. And the other thing that's kind of coming through is like letting yourself be completely present in whatever you're doing. So don't multitask. That's like very specific. Whoever is kind of like doing this, it feels like you're like doing this and then you're thinking about the other stuff and you're kind of like tossing back and forth. Like I'm just feeling very like spread thin. That's like the best way for me to describe this energy is it feels very spread thin and just very scattered in the mind. Like it's like here and there and here and there and here and like and I need to take a breath after that. That's like that's the energy. And I feel like that's like the overwhelm of who I'm talking to. That's a lot. That is a lot. And so I'm being guided to say, like, break things down into smaller pieces, into smaller steps. Let yourself maybe have a list of things that you want to do that day, but prioritize three things on that list that you absolutely want to get done and focus on those things. And then check in with yourself and see how you're feeling after you've completed those things. And if you're actually wanting to like do more or not, like let that kind of be your guide. Let that be your check-in point. Let that let you know like if you have the energy to continue forward to do that or not. Wow, this energy is just very like overwhelmed, like very just like I feel very heightened. And the other thing that's coming through is someone's drinking too much coffee. That's like oddly specific, but I think that I'm feeling someone because I'm feeling like my heart beating very quickly. Like someone's drinking too much coffee to try to um get things done, to try to stay focused, and it's actually overly focusing and kind of hyper focusing in a way that's like exhausting you. So that's something to think about and just something to be aware of. I do think that personally, I don't drink coffee anymore. I've stopped drinking coffee. I only drink tea. And the reason for that is because I realized that coffee was overstimulating my system and putting me into a survival space of fight or flight. And I wasn't taking enough breaks or slowing down enough, and I was pushing my body too hard. And so I I'm having a feeling that that's important for whoever I'm talking to about like minimizing or at least reducing the amount of caffeine that you're taking in. You don't need caffeine to get things done. Inspired action will give you the energy that you need. You don't need anything external from you to do that. So that is for someone needs to hear that. Coming back to the energy and just feeling really overwhelmed. So I'm feeling called to say that like let yourself one step at a time, one piece at a time. Focus on little pieces. So what I usually call it is chunking. So you have like this list of things that you want to do, and then you have this one piece of the list, right? And you're breaking that list down into smaller pieces, and you break that down into each individual step that you need to do. Like, I just feel like this collective really needs to break things down into smaller steps and little smaller ways, because the overwhelm is coming from seeing the bigger picture and being overwhelmed. And right now, you just need to focus on this little piece of the picture, and the rest will come in as time comes. Like, I'm seeing like a puzzle and trying to put the whole puzzle together, but you're only working on this color right now, and then seeing all the other colors and just feeling completely overwhelmed by it. Like, let yourself just focus on the colors. And it's interesting because my dog is sitting behind me too, and she is licking herself nervously. So she's picking up on this energy too. This is a very anxious energy. I feel like this is kind of an energy where you're feeling like pressure, like a lot of pressure to do, a lot of pressure to meet time constrict, I don't know how to say that words. Time constrictuance. You know what I mean? Where you're trying to like fit things into a certain amount of time, and that's like adding pressure to it as well. So there's a lot of like these external expectations or pressures that you're putting on yourself when it comes to this thing that's adding to it. And Spirit is saying just focus on doing the thing, focus on completing the thing that you're doing, the individual step, and let yourself enjoy that as much as possible. Try not to get caught up in all the other aspects and how everything else is going to come together, because it will come together, but it's going to come together over time. So it's kind of like, what is it? Jacob's ladder, I think. I don't That's so random. Jacob's ladder is like coming to mind, and like dominoes, right? Like one has to hit the other, that has to hit the other, that has to hit the other for this combo to happen. And so they're asking you to slow down and focus on the one domino at a time, and let that be what guides you forward, because focusing on the domino over here isn't going to make it knock down any faster. Interesting. So let yourself focus on one piece, one step at a time. And I'm hearing that whoever I'm talking to kind of struggles with some like regulation, or being able to control mind or thought patterns in some way. Like there's some shifting that's happening within this space for you where you're attempting to heal some of these things, which is also what's making it really difficult. And so anytime you do start to think about another step, or you do start to jump forward, just refocus your mind. Like, just let yourself refocus on what it is that you're focused on right now. Like, maybe have a mantra that you say to yourself, such as like, I'm I'm going to take care of that later, but I'm working on this right now. I can do that later. I got this right now, right? Or make a list so then you can just add that to the list and you can say, it's already on my list. I'm going to focus on this right now. Because the other thing that's coming through is that there is a difficulty with being able to remain focused on something for like a long period of time, because the mind is just kind of all over the place. Like I just feel so scattered in this reading. Like it just feels like a very scattered um like way of thinking, and a lot of it is like anxiety and nervousness and not understanding the big picture and feeling like you need to. But there's also this nervous system activation that I'm picking up on as well, where, and I would say like your nervous system is not regulated. That's kind of like what's coming through. It, it feels like you're hyper, you're just like very, I feel amped up. I don't know how else to describe it. Like amped up. And so finding ways to ground is going to be important, but also just finding ways to refocus your mind. So coming back to what I was saying, oh my goodness, it's so interesting. This energy is very, I feel like I'm getting lost a little bit because it's like I focus on it and then I'm back here. And then it's like very tippy tossy. I don't know why that came through. But um let yourself focus on the one thing, and anytime your mind travels away or starts to move away, just refocus your mind on that thing. So each time you do that, you're actually rewiring your brain and you're rewiring your nervous system to be able to take a different path of behavior and functioning. So that's actually going to benefit you in the long run. This is something that takes a lot of repetition, and it takes a lot of doing it over and over again, but also like a conscious effort to be aware of what you're doing, right? So you have to be aware when your mind is trailing off and then redirecting it back. And each time you do that, you're creating a stronger neural pathway, which is a stronger pathway of choice each time you do that. So you'll get better and better at doing that, and you won't travel as much or as far, and you also won't do it as often. You'll start to know that there will be shifts in that way. But the collective that I'm talking to today, it really just feels like there is a need to learn how to regulate your nervous system. And so the other thing that I'm being guided to say is I am in the Northeast, so it is freaking winter here. Okay, I get going out in the cold, but I'm being called to say that you need to get outside and ground more, outside and walk, even if going to the gym is your thing to do it, or even doing it at home, finding a way to ground yourself into your body. I'm hearing sound bowls. They have like that kind of stuff on YouTube for free. You can listen to those kinds of things and like do meditations. But there's something about you needing to ground more, like needing to regulate your system more. If you do need help with that, I have the regulation blueprint. It's in my link tree. It's a course that I have online. It's videos and written, and it helps you to build a structured way of regulating your nervous system, a routine on how to do that. It teaches you why all these things happen. It helps you understand triggers. I mean, it's very, very, very helpful for people who really want to learn to regulate their nervous system and get it under control and live in a place of more calmness and peace. Because the other thing that I'm feeling guided to say now is that what you're going to create is going to be created from survival in this state of nervous system, the way you're living right now. Like in the state of where your nervous system is at, anything that you're going to create in this state is going to be created from a place of survival rather than from a place of thriving and from a place of receiving and from a place of balance. And so getting your nervous system regulated and calm and your mind under control, like I'm seeing like the Queen of Swords, King of Swords idea, right? They are masters of their mind. Getting that under control is really the things that you need to focus on right now to move you forward into your purpose and where you want to go. And it's also going to help you just feel more grounded and comfortable and let go of the expectations that you have around time and how things need to play out and the outcome of things and what things need to look like, and like this overdoing energy that I'm just picking up on, or this heavy pressure, I guess, is really what it is. So all of that to say that you are going to get to where you want to go. And though there are some lessons that you need to learn along the way, and there is some restructuring of your nervous system and restructuring of the way that you're thinking about things and the stories you're telling yourself and the connections that you're making within your mind that need to shift and be tweaked a little for you to be able to reach this place that you're imagining for yourself. It does feel like there's some type of root chakra clearing happening here. My legs have been hurting today since I've been tapping into this energy. And it feels like it's just the constant moving, it's the constant doing, it's the not resting. Like I feel in my legs like I'm exhausted, like I'm pushing too hard. And because I'm not connected to my body and this energy as well, because I'm so in my head, and I'm so lost in thought and what needs to happen next and doing the to-do list and checking the boxes that I'm not tapped into my body and I'm not present in my body. So part of that is making me not even realize how hard I'm pushing my system and myself to the point of exhaustion. So there's something in here happening around like needing to find safety within yourself and like shifting your mindset around what safety means and looks like and how to find safety. Because right now, it feels like you're seeking safety by doing things that are going to get you there. And that is a piece of being able to maintain safety for ourselves. But you're seeking it because you don't feel it internally. So there's a disconnect happening in that space. And this collective that I'm talking to, it feels like you're really just not present in your body. So I'm hearing like doesn't always know when you're hungry, like doesn't really always feel full. That's weird. I don't know that that's ever come through before. It doesn't always feel full though. Like when you eat, you like overeat because you don't ever feel full. Like there's some type of disconnection happening with your body and your system. And part of that is the nervous system stuff. And the other part of that is just you being so caught in your head and not able to be in the present moment and in your body enough. And so there is some like thought reconstructing, right? And then the nervous system shifting that needs to occur for you to come into your body and be present with yourself and with your system to move you forward. Okay. I think I'm going to leave that there. I hope that made sense for you. If you do need some help one on one, I offer empowerment coaching and I help people move through these things. I also offer psychic readings to help you understand where you're blocked. I offer spiritual guidance to help you on next steps, what's moving forward, how to set up a plan. I'm here for you if you need it. And just know that you got this. And this is just part of the process that needs to happen to move you forward. Okay. I love you. Take care.